If you've been enjoying our podcast as much as we have, here's your chance. Here's your chance to help make that happen. By becoming a Patreon subscriber, not only will you help the Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary podcast to live on, but you'll also get exclusive content just for you.
Here's what's in store for you. Join monthly Q&A sessions where you can ask us about anything. Whether it's about our work, personal interests, or advice on your own projects, we're here to connect and share.
Enjoy unique content created specifically for Patreon subscribers, including bonus segments from our shows.
You'll have a say in what we create, and you'll have a voice in future content.
Benefit from exclusive discounts on merchandise and entries into special giveaways. It's our way of saying thank you for your support.
Receive personalized shout-outs in videos, podcasts, or social media posts.
Because your support on Patreon allows us to dedicate more resources to creating the content that you love.
You could join the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast community on Patreon and become a Prairie patron for just $5 a month. We thank you so much for your continued support, and we cannot wait to share our ongoing journey with you on Patreon.
We are extremely grateful for the support of VisitSimiValley.com and the city of Simi Valley's belief in Little House on the Prairie and their support of the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast.
Discover the charm of Simi Valley, California, the home of the Prairie. Visit Simi Valley, where adventure meets history and the spirit of the Prairie comes alive. Explore the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, step aboard Air Force One, enjoy stunning hikes and savor delicious local cuisine. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Simi Valley offers something for everyone and is only 30 minutes from Los Angeles. Plan your visit today and experience the best of Simi Valley. Go to VisitSimiValley.com for more details. Your adventure awaits in Simi Valley.
Well, hello, bonnet heads. How are you? I'm Pamela Bob, your host, creator and star of Living on a Prairie, and I am here with our beloved Prairie bitch. That's right, Allison Arngrim.
Put her finger up her nose, yeah.
And everybody's hashtag imaginary boyfriend, but my first hashtag imaginary boyfriend. He's here. Dean Butler. How are you guys?
Very good.
Fabulous,
Very good,
fabulous.
Pamela. Yeah,
Good.
no, it's a happy day. I mean, we are really going to have some fun today talking to, well, one we've spoken to before, someone else we haven't spoken to before.
And I'm
Looking
super
forward to that.
excited.
We've got some fun things coming up in Little House world. And Allison and I are bopping all over the place. Indianapolis on September 6th. I'm in Mansfield at the end of September. Fan Expo in October. We are doing a really cool thing in New York City, a live version of this podcast from NYC on November 22nd.
Right. November 22nd, 1 p.m. at the Green Room 42. We're doing a live podcast recording with a live audience. That's you guys. And also, for those who cannot be in New York City, we are offering digital streaming tickets too, where you can watch from anywhere around the world.
I think it's going to be very cool.
The digital streaming ticket, just know that that link is live for about 30 days. So you can watch it whenever you can watch it. If you can
And
catch
then
it.
on December 12th, 13th, 14th, we are, it's not a formal announcement, but keep your, put it on your calendar. A Little House on the Prairie cast reunion event at Strathern Park in Simi Valley. Beautiful 1800s recreation location. I think it's going to be beautiful, a holiday celebration. Allison, you are everywhere on planet Earth. Where are you going to be? I mean, we're together in some of this and not in other things.
I'm coming to Indiana for the thing where and at this event for Blue Angel Connect, this charity. Well, I'll be doing my show. You're going to get to see confessions.
Good.
Plus, we'll be signing autographs. You, me, and Karen Grassley's coming to this one.
Yeah,
So that's going to be a hoot. And then the next week, after Pepin, where Laura was born. and it's terrible. Laura's birthplace. Nellie Olson's going to be stomping all over it, but that's fun. Do you know what they're doing? Do you know what they're doing? You know how we always do photo ops and cute things like in Simi, we had like the horsey. Yeah, they went and got an antique wheelchair so you can take pictures with me in the wheel.
Stop it.
That's awesome.
No,
are you in the wheelchair or is the guest in the wheelchair?
Yes, whichever the way they like it. But you know, 'cause this is Wesley Ure, good old Wesley Ure from Land of the Lost. He and was it Kathy from the show? He went to the store and he just bought a big old rubber raft, like Big Five sporting goods, got a big yellow raft and some oars, and now they do photo ops with them in the raft, like in the show. And everybody goes, help, dinosaurs. It's genius.
Brilliant.
And I was like, why am I not doing it? Yes. And he was even Wesley was
That's
like,
awesome.
you need a wheelchair. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing that in Pep. And so it's going to be awesome.
That's fantastic. And still can start. So I'm going to jump back a little bit. Starting August 21st at the Whitefire Theatre in Sherman Oaks, there is a new production of A.R. Gurney's Love Letters. And today we're talking to its stars. Pamela, take us to the title.
Well, but first, produced from a secret Southern California location. Tony won't tell us where he is. I don't know. From the studios of UBN Go, this is the Little House 50th Anniversary Podcast, for those who did not yet realize.
Maybe you'll whip or watching.
Okay, are we ready, guys? I'm super excited. Let's meet our guest today. Allison, you go first.
Well, I have to introduce. All right. Well, he's best known, of course, to all of us, our fabulous Little House on the Prairie viewers, as John Carter. Yes, farmer, part-time blacksmith, devoted family man, also like way hot. Can we say he's way hot?
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
seriously, because people are like, ooh, Charles, ooh, Almanza, oh, wait, ooh, John Carter, hello, yeah. Okay, brought and just an easygoing warmth, a realism to the Prairie's closing chapters of the show. And then you get to introduce the
and she joined Little House in the 9th season as Sarah Carter, the wife of John. She brought quiet intelligence and warmth to the series as a Walnut Grove newspaper woman and the mother of 2 sons, Jeb and Jason.
Because we know all the news is going on in Walnut Grove.
That's right.
All right. Everybody, let's please welcome Stan, Ivar, and Pamela Roylance.
Stan, you're looking very cowboyish in the still image that we have of you on the screen now.
Oh, that's the one with the cowboy hat?
You betcha. That's you're looking very John Wayne sort of Cowboys kind of vibe.
It's very appropriate.
And hot.
Actually, I was lucky once to have lunch with John Wayne. So thanks for mentioning that.
Did you really? Wow.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh my God. So you have that sort of stubbled look here. Great shot of you. We're going to change the shot later when we change the discussion, but right now you're cowboy Stan.
Yes, and we're also...
It's the shot I used to use when we went out and did team roping, because I was a team roper for a while as well. So whenever we did ropings and stuff, I would use that shot for the fans.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I think that would be very effective. So Pamela... Yeah, so where are we going now, Pamela?
Well,
so
we're gonna talk about Love Letters second half of the show, but and also because you're doing Love Letters, the A.R. Gurney play, of course, directed by the Little House casting director Susan McCray, which is incredible, and we're going to talk all about that the second half of the show. But the first half of the show, we are going to recap an episode from Little House, A New Beginning. Dean, would you like to introduce what we're doing today?
Yeah, so today's episode, Season 9, Episode 11, Alden's Dilemma. Alden's Dilemma was episode number 191 in the series and premiered on December 6th, 1982, written by Don Ballack, who specialized in these kinds of episodes, and directed by the man who was our second assistant director for years and directed more and more as the series went on, Maury Dexter. So, Allison, what is this episode all about?
And what an episode.
This isn't quite the episode. The subplot kind of overtakes the actual plot. It gets really weird. But a charming and secretive and frankly a little pushy, I think, new minister arrives in Walnut Grove.
We'll
She's very
get to
handsome,
that.
very pushy. And Reverend Alden finds himself out of step with this dashing newcomer. Rumors and jealousy brew throughout the town, especially from Mr. Edwards, who suspects the new minister is wooing married women and eyeing Alden's pulpit. I mean, because he's a little pushy.
He is eyeing
Reverend
it.
Alden wrestles with a rival preacher back in Walnut Grove. We go off on a subplot that completely eclipses the whole thing. Almanzo Wilder and John Carter head to San Francisco, for a Grange convention, only to get swept into a whirl of city slickers, highfalutin hotels, a Japanese bathhouse, and transportation mishaps. It's a lighthearted counterpoint to the main plot with plenty of fish out of prairie water laughs and two really hot guys in a hot tub naked. Yeah, hot guys in a tub, no clothes.
Hot guys in a tub.
I mean, this episode is so bananas. I mean, it is it not? Season 9 is a bit bananas, both for good and bad, but definitely this one is like cuckoo bananas. What planet are we on right now?
It's a French bedroom farce. It becomes a French bedroom farce.
It really
goes
does.
off the rails.
Okay,
So
I love it.
You know, you guys are getting ready to do love letters. It's the first time you've worked together in 42 years.
That's wild.
But you've been, because coming into that, you've been talking a lot about Little House. I'm sure just sort of remembering. What are the memories of Little House for both of you that don't go away? I'm just sort of curious about that.
Don't or won't go away.
Or don't go away, won't go away.
We
Right.
talk about the won'ts, but Stan, do you want to start?
No, ladies first.
Ooh.
Aw.
Stan, do you mind if we just go back and talk about the beginning auditions? Because that's where we first met.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
And I think, I don't know, it was maybe my third audition, I think, when I met Stan.
Wow. Before you actually met.
Yeah, because I met Susan,
Okay.
then I met Michael, and then I met Stan.
Wow.
And yeah,
Wow.
so
Okay.
but and then we still had to go on and continue more when we met Lindsay and David for the boys, Jason and Jeb. And then once they got the family paired up, then Michael sent us because it had to off to the NBC studio
Yes.
audition team, which was a really cold experience. But the phone rang for both of us in the morning from Michael saying, I got you. Don't worry. I want you. You are cast. Don't let this intimidate you. It's a matter of protocol and form. You have to do it. You have to do this audition. Stan, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Well, actually, and part of it was that Pam and I, we had never met, obviously, before until these interviews. But also, we had not done anything as far as on TV. I had done some commercials, and I had done a few other interviews for TV shows and so on. And I did do a screen test at one time for NBC for a cop show. And somehow in that interview, with you working with the other actor they had there, I made him bleed. I got a little too rough with him. And
You made him bleed?
I did, yeah. And I stuck the gun barrel right in his ear. And he was, so
Ooh, stage
NBC
combat
was
gone wrong.
too fond of me at that time. Obviously, you can't have an actor that gets a little carried away at times. And Pam, like I said, Pam she had mentioned to me she hadn't done anything either. So NBC wanted to see both of us do the interviews. And I called up Pam and we agreed to meet at the park. We met at the park before the interview, and we just talked a little bit and rehearsed a little bit and relaxed as much as we could. And when we got to the to NBC across the street, I had never done an interview like this, and I don't think you guys have either. there were about 8-9 of the executives from NBC, and they had put their seats in a circle, and we were to do the interview inside that little circle.
They fully surrounded you, or was it like a half circle?
We were in a circle, and we did the interview, but it was very intimidating, I have to admit. Wow. Yeah. Joel, I can't think of his...
Joel Thurm. Joel Thurm.
Oh my God, there's a name out of the past. I
Oh
just had a
my
giant
God.
flashback.
Who was he?
He just said
Just
that.
an exec?
Joel Thurm.
He was
Yes,
an NBC
Joel
exec?
Thurm.
But anyway, we did the interview, and it worked out fine. And I have to admit, with Joel Thurm, after the episode, the first episode aired, Joel called me at home, and he called Pam at home as well, and said, I'm glad we agreed, and we do like what you're doing. So yes, Michael made good choices, which was very nice of him to do that. He didn't have to.
No, I think I agree. That's cool.
Wow.
And we've been friends ever since. And I was just thinking, Stan, with your story about your audition that almost put you out of favor with NBC. There was an episode that I don't believe you were in. You were away from the little house. It was called Rage. And I was home with the boys, and late in the night, somebody comes to the barn, and I grab my rifle. So it's really good you were out of earshot. Stan, or you might have had the same experience.
More bloody ears all
But
over
we've
the
been
prairie.
friends all this time, you guys. We
That's so
we always
wonderful.
stayed friends.
Can I ask, what kind of interview was it? Like, were they just asking you questions? Did you guys had to do
No,
the
it was
scenes?
a reading, right? It was a reading.
Okay.
They did a read for network audition, which is scary.
Right.
In the round.
Yeah, that's insane.
Could you? What I remember about those kinds of readings is that it was set up in a way. I did one at ABC where literally you are alone in a space with a hot light on you, and you can't see who's in the room.
Oh.
You have no idea who's there. You don't know how many people. You come in the dark. You don't see anybody, and it's like it's like something out of a science fiction movie. But so you could see Joel Thurm and the others, or not.
Yes, we could, because there was one woman, and at one point the room was so frozen, it was so icy, and I thought, I'm just going to look at the
icy emotionally.
Emotionally icy. Yes, thank you, Dean, for that clarification. That's exactly what it was. And I thought, I'm just going to look at the woman and look in her eyes and hope I can find some female compatibility and some place to relax, thinking, women might be more of the heart and nurturing. And oh no, worst choice of all the guys in the room. I could have gone with Joel Thurm.
Oh my God.
It was so strange. I wonder why they feel the need to do that. It's like you hear about the Saturday Night Live auditions, and they all say they go in and they do comedy for a non-laughing, non-responsive crowd, and it's just like, how can you do that?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is, because I had the same thing. I had auditioned for the Ashland Shakespeare Festival coming down from Portland, Oregon on my way here. Yeah. And the man I auditioned for, we were in pretty much a full-size studio. He was at one end, and I was at the other, and he had a lot of papers on his desk. And you had to do a monologue and, two monologues, one contemporary, one Shakespeare. And through both of them, he's looking down, flipping his papers, smoking a cigarette the whole time. Yep. And he never looked at me. Thank you.
Yeah. God,
boy,
cool.
it's very intimidating.
I've had people eat lunch during your audition, like literally chewing their sandwich and...
I had people eating pizza, and then the main cast director took phone calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phone call.
It was like, apparently there was a time, and I haven't seen it so much. In later years, it got better. And then, of course, Michael didn't do any of that stuff to us. But there was this psychology that auditioning was some kind of horrible hazing, that you were some kind of weird stress test where they tried to make it as miserable as possible to see what the actor would do. I couldn't believe some of the stuff I got done to me at auditions.
That's wild.
That's it. I mean, if you're looking for people to be authentic, that's very tough to throw all that negativity at them and then expect them to be authentic against what? I mean, that's really challenging.
Yeah,
Pamela,
so
you always have said that Little House was one of your dream jobs before you came to Hollywood. And you talked about that before, but tell us about, just briefly, about why Little House was one of your dream jobs.
Probably because I grew up reading the books when I was in the 4th grade. And I read every single one of the books, and it's a lot of words, as you know, and detail. And I loved everything about Palmazzo eating. Everything
Yeah,
about
when
the
Farmer
feast
Boy.
and
Yeah,
the
it's great.
food, and fixated on that. But I did love the books. And
Yeah.
so when I came here, I just thought I fit the Prairie
Yeah.
mode. I fit Waltons. I get Walt Disney. I fit Little House. I fit that kind of mode. So
Yeah.
that was where I had it in my mind, was for that.
Stan, I'm curious what, what was your path? Because I've known Pam's story about how she got there. What was your path to Little House? How did it happen?
I mean, I love the Western genre. And obviously I had seen Michael on Bonanza and so on, but obviously I was raised for a period of time in Norway, and we had horses there, a horse there with, we did all our plowing and everything on the farm there in Norway. So I always loved horses. And obviously when it came to a Western, I already knew how to drive a team. I knew how to ride. And actually up Tapo Canyon there's a ranch way at the end, those mountains. I had team roped and gathered cattle and everything long before I even knew that Little House was filmed further on down the road. I didn't even know that. I remember when I got the first call there the first day, and I looked at the call sheet and I said, oh my God, it's up Tapo Canyon. That's exactly so I knew exactly where I was going, but that was the thing that drew me to Little House. I love that time period. I feel comfortable in it. I felt comfortable in it, still do.
Yeah.
That's why I moved up here to the mountains. I had horses all my life up here and team roped, and even produced the pro celebrity rodeos for 5 years down there at the Equestrian Center in LA with 4 other actors.
Nice.
And everything. So that was the draw for me. That I was comfortable in that genre.
So
Even though I was born and raised in Brooklyn before we went to Norway.
wow. Oh, wow.
Brooklyn to Norway. Okay.
Wow.
That's
wow.
love that.
Wow. So Alden's Dilemma marked the halfway point in season 9, episode 11 of 22 episodes. 2 fun stories. Let's start with you, Pam. What's your take on Alden's Dilemma?
Yes, tell us.
I loved Alden's Dilemma. One, because I got to go on location for the first time, and that was a lot of fun, just to be away from town. The couple of takeaways.
You just froze, Pam.
Oh, I did?
Oh, no.
Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, she's back.
That's right. You're back. You're back.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yes, so I remember one thing, Victor telling me that I really had to beat his chest when I get mad at him and I go after him double-fisted. And, you like Stan, you don't want to put a gun in somebody's ear and make him bleed. I didn't want to put him down on the dirt and just have him pass out. So, and I'm pretty big and strong. So, but he said, no, you're not going to hurt me. And he really made me go for it. And when I look at it, I go, oh yeah, that really worked.
No, it's good.
And thank
It's
goodness
good.
he was tough about it.
Yeah.
Probably the worst thing that happened was, it was a rickety old fence. When you see the beginning of the show, it's a rickety old house, rickety old fence. So by the time I pull up in the wagon, they had taught me how to drive the wagon with the 2 horses out front. And I'd been learning during lunch, and I felt so confident. And he yells action, and I go right up, and the back wheel, I think, takes out the pickets on a little section of that fence.
Classic.
I lost my driving privileges, and I was
Oh, no.
they put a blind driver, as they call it, at the bottom of the wagon, covered him
right.
with a blanket. gave him the reins, gave me the fake reins, which you can tell when I pull up. You can tell I'm not doing anything with those horses at all.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's funny. I didn't notice the blind driver at all.
I didn't at all.
I didn't either. And honestly, I look for it, Dean. I really looked to try to find it. And I don't know to this day how that man could have done it. But he did. Yeah.
And Stan in the second, then there's the B story
Capital
in the episode.
B. Yes.
Almanzo and John Carter go off to San Francisco. What's your take on all this?
We had a great time. It's actually, I think, the first time you and I worked together a lot. We had another one with the younger brothers, the younger boys or something, the other episode.
older brothers.
But we were over at, we shot at the San Francisco section over Universal, if I remember correctly.
I wasn't sure if I didn't remember if it was Universal or if it was Paramount. But yeah, okay.
I think you're right. I think it was Paramount. We went to Paramount there for the city section and all that. But how about the little bath we took there?
Yeah.
Well, well, I was just gonna say we riff on. I mean, let's all talk about because we all watch this.
Yes.
Crowded streets, quirky clerks, the Japanese hotel, boots, beds, bath, chopsticks, old lady pickpockets, creeps in jail cells, and cattle car rides. I mean, it's like there's a lot going on here.
Don't tease me with the good time. I know. Who wouldn't want to be in San Francisco? Come on.
I just want to compliment both of you on your 1970s chest hair.
Yes, bravo.
We definitely had fun there. And
I have
even
to say,
the gentleman and his family, he played Odd Job on the.
Oh God! In the Bond film.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
That
Oh
guy
my
was brilliant.
God.
I looked him up. Oh my God, he was in everything. He was a genius. The Japanese guy who finally comes and gets to the bed. That dude was in everything. You had so many major character actors in that scene. They were in Bonanza and stuff. I think the woman was later in Highway to Heaven. They worked like mad.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And which was unusual for. I mean, Asian actors weren't.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of work to do.
No.
So the few that did work probably worked a lot, and he's one of those guys. I remember in the bath, Stan, and as I was watching this last night, the two girls in their kimonos come in and they get down and they take out these brushes. They're scrubbing us with the kind of scrub brush you'd use on the floor.
yeah. Like if there was a nuclear disaster,
Yeah,
that's the brush
this
that
was
they would
not
be-
like a soft brush. This was a serious, stiff, bristled brush.
No, that is quite common. I spent a lot of time in the Far East, mostly Vietnam, but also Korea, also Taiwan. Years ago when I graduated from the academy, I was on ship sailing back and forth. And that's exactly what they do when you do that. They
So
take
wait,
it out.
This was authentic.
It scrubs the first layer of skin right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. And maybe the second and the third, too.
Depending on how many takes you did, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah, when I spent some time in Vietnam, I had a massage, and there was a girl hanging from the ceiling, hanging onto bars, walking on me with her feet.
Yeah.
That was
I was at that place too, and they still knew your name.
as I watched it last night, that moment. I mean, look, we're going to talk about, Alden and Reverend Hale and
Yes.
what Laura and Sarah did, but this little run of stuff that we did in San Francisco as we traveled to and were there was really fun. I think particularly, when we get into starting with the beds to the bath to the meal to the pickpocket.
Do you know
It was really a fun little run of stuff.
Oh yeah, and that sweet little old lady that
Yeah.
took the money. Yes.
Yeah.
Although
How
I
long
have
were
to
you
say,
guys? Oh,
Oh,
how
I
long were
was
you
gonna-
guys up there? Oh, sorry, Pamela. The two Pams.
no, it's okay. Please. Yeah,
How
and
long
where
were
was
you guys up there shooting?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
how
How
long
long
were you
guys
up there
up there shooting in
shooting?
Sonora? Or you weren't in Sonora. You were Paramount.
I think it was just
Universal.
probably I wouldn't think it would have been more than a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
If that. Maybe a day.
Because
3
you're on
days.
that train, the famous number 3 train, our fabulous
Three.
Ken McCray steam train. And I love the unshaved look in the cattle car, the unshaved look. That was very cool, both of you.
Okay, so I have questions about the unshaved, but first I just wanted to say, you guys, as soon as you walk into the Japanese establishment, I am bracing myself for how cringe this is going to be. Like, oh no, is this going to be offensive? What is this going to be? Because I haven't watched this in a long time. But it was very authentic Japanese. I will give it to Little House.
They
But
built all of this
it
on
was
stage
so
15.
authentic. Even the food, I like how, on Little House, whenever there's a fancy place, there are ferns. I like how instead of ferns, there was the bonsai trees instead of the ferns.
Nice. Yeah.
Very authentic. But I kept thinking, like, these guys, I know this is supposed to be a parody on how strange the Japanese culture is and that they're the normal ones, but it's actually the total opposite of, like, they're the guys that in this day and age would come to New York and only eat at the Olive Garden.
Oh, well, that's me all the way.
Like, come on, guys, learn a new culture. Like, expand your horizons. The food is delicious.
Well, no, Stan got John got the chopsticks.
He likes
I'm
the
in there with
food.
my fingers before we're done. I mean,
Well, I'm not bad with chopsticks because, like I said, I spent a lot of time over there. So I faked a lot of that. I had to fumble with them more.
Really? Oh, that's funny.
well, I
Oh,
would think,
that's
yeah,
funny.
you'd be expert with chopsticks, actually. So, yeah.
I love when the women come in and you're so terrified because women are there. And Dean, but thank you to that one woman is hilarious. Absolutely comedy gold.
Well, we had fun.
One other thing we had a problem with, I have a tattoo of an anchor on my left shoulder. And the whole scene is shot with my left shoulder.
Oh, no.
And I said, maybe we should, I told the director there, maybe we should just have Dean sit on the outside. No, he said, I want to keep it away. So they put makeup on. And then somebody said, we can still see his tattoo. So we put a little more makeup on. But they finally covered it enough to where you couldn't see it.
And it wasn't scrubbed off.
That
Thank
is one
God.
of the trivia things that gets told about this episode is that you have your anchor tattoo covered.
Right.
I was watching last night. I didn't see it at all.
No.
Did you guys? Do we see it? We don't see
No.
Not at all.
it. No, it was a good cover. Whitey Snyder or whoever did it. They covered that. They covered that tat.
They covered the tat.
Yeah.
And also not mad about the both of you taking your shirts off and getting into that bath. Not mad about it at all without being creepy. I'm just saying you're two beautiful men. It was a joy.
You
Well,
both
oh,
were
aren't
great.
you?
You both
Yeah.
were really, really cute. You
You're
were
both
and
so handsome.
so baby faced. When you forget how young Dean was at that time, and when he should, it was like he just looked like a little frightened cartoon character. It was when
the women came in.
Yes.
It's the Rankin
Yeah.
Bass little dolls from like Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's like it's like that face. He's just like I was dying, just dying. It was so cute.
Dean, was it real stubble?
I never thought I'd be blushing on a podcast, but I'm braiding it.
Well, leave it to us. We got to talk about the hotties on the prairie. Come on.
No, that was fun stuff, and I think Stan, you're right. That really was the first time that we had an opportunity to work together, and I think for me, my personal sense of it was this was good because it was really the first time that I got to work with someone who was really a peer. Victor was a peer, but he was on a totally different level, and Michael was stratospherically beyond that.
Yeah.
So it was really an opportunity to be a guy with another guy, and that was one of the good things in the dynamic of that season is that we got to do that a little bit. I think that was really a pleasure.
And
I think it was very intelligent of Michael Landon to do that in the casting, because the odds that the audience would reject us being in the house were pretty high. Even though I never thought about that, for years. But
Well, why would you think about it?
yeah, I was just having my dream come true, so I was happy.
Yeah,
But
right.
he knew by making Sarah and John best friends to Laura and El Manzo, that was, you're going to have to be stuck with these people. So, well, they
You're
had
going to have to be stuck with them.
And
So-
that's her takeaway.
You had a nice dynamic. I think I felt like there was a really nice vibe that developed right away between you and Melissa, which was good, and
Yes.
which was really good. And obviously, Allison was gone. We had Nancy at that point, but that dynamic with you and Melissa was a nice one.
It really was. I mean, she was the one who, on my first, the first time when Michael is directing and we are walking away from the camera, and she's got those stories about how she would walk up the hill and he would quietly
keep
say
rolling.
cut, and she wouldn't hear it, and everybody would laugh. She'd finally turn around, and we just took off. And when she knew he probably would have said cut, she leans over and she says, "All right, get ready for a long walk."
Oh,
And we
I
were.
love
We
it.
took a walk, and I was grateful for the little bit of warning. It was very sweet. But she was great, and she prepared me for my first little house bed scene with John Carter.
What? I'm sorry, Melissa prepared you for your first Little House bed
Yeah.
scene,
She
and
took
how
me
did that go?
shopping.
Dean
I
is
can't tell you
shocked.
everything, but it's just enough to tell you. She took me shopping at Trashy Lingerie.
I'm sorry, Melissa took you shopping at Trashy Lingerie?
Oh, acted all innocent with you. Acted all innocent with you, Dean. And then she's hanging out with Pam, taking her trashy lingerie and playing pranks in the
Season 9.
bedroom on Stan.
Season 9 Melissa was a grown-up Melissa.
And
Oh my God.
I have to put my 2 cents in here, Pam.
Yeah.
Pam one-upped me, and I'm not going to tell you how she did it.
Good.
But I had already cast with one of the prop guys with an extra prop, and he did furnish that. And so it's on film somewhere in the archives over there with Little House. Yes.
I'm intrigued.
They'll tell you after sign off.
So there was more than just popcorn happening during these bedroom scenes. I see.
It's your. I think that's really nice for the two. Go ahead.
I have to say as well that all you folks, the cast that was already there when Pam and I and the boys came on, none of you never felt anything. It was all warmth. None of you guys, no one ever made you feel uncomfortable, Pam and I or the two boys. It was all acceptance, which was I really commend all of you on that. And thank you all, because you made it a lot easier for us with that attitude, which was really nice. Thank you.
It was.
Well, that was the. I mean, look, that was the nature of the company. I think Allison would agree. I mean, I think it was always like that. People who came.
Did I
I
tell you
certainly
what
felt that
Catherine-
when I came in.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what
I was
Catherine?
always like Miss Welcome Wagon, but I didn't think anything of it. I was like, because that is what you were supposed to do here.
Yeah.
This is how we do things. So of course I was.
You're rooting for your colleagues to succeed. You know, I mean, everyone wants everybody to succeed. There's no rooting for failure here at all. Some other people outside the company may be rooting for failure, but inside the company, it's all rooting for success.
Do you know what Catherine McGregor said to me? The first.
can tell you.
Oh,
can't wait.
what? What did she say?
That was on the sound stage, and I was in my dressing room getting ready to work, and there was a little knock on the door, and I didn't even open it. She opened it, and she looked in, and she just looked at me and said, "So you're the new stud in town?" And then she closed the door. She was great. She was
Oh
wonderful.
my God, she was amazing.
I've never thought of. Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah, she was amazing. You know, the dynamic that so let's talk about Victor for a minute and the work that he was. I mean, Victor was working his ass off in this show, really like doing all the things that Victor does to, you know, that sort of that goof. It was best goofy bumbling Mr. Edwards. You know, he was in full comedy mode, and he did that stuff so well.
he really
He was
did.
just incredible.
He did, and I think to put him against Dabbs Greer, Reverend Alden, who was that steady
Wonderful.
one, I'm not going to believe, I'm going to weigh what you're telling me. So it really made his almost buffoonish stuff go way over the top. Yeah, and even when Dabs or Reverend Alden buys into it, it's a pretty gentle buy-in. But yeah,
Mr. Edwards had a point. This guy was a little pushy. I mean, he's
I'm
not
sorry.
there 5 seconds. Oh, you need hymnals? I can get you hymnals. I have hymnals. Oh, no, I brought my own. This. Oh, oh, I'm fixing up the house. Hi, you just met me, but I'm fixing up this whole house here. You don't know me.
Yeah.
And, oh, yes, I talked to the diocese. Oh, did you now? And it's like, who are you? Who are you?
No,
and then he is flirting with the women. And I'm sorry, there was a scene, Shannon Doherty, and I don't know how old she was. She literally licked her lips while the man was speaking at the ball. But Shannon Doherty was like,
well,
I don't remember that scene. What scene was that?
They were when the end, when he's finally going to go get the house to Reverend Alden, he's going to, and all the girls are gone like this, and Shannon Doherty actually went like,
from the very beginning, it's Hottie Hale from the very beginning. And it's as if these women have hello, you guys are married to beautiful men. It's as if they've never seen a beautiful man before in their lives. It's crazy. Even Mrs. Olsen is like, whoa, he's a hottie. Even Reverend Alden, when he first meets him, is like, whoa, he's a hottie, right? It doesn't make sense.
And Nels is saying, let's go home, dear. Let's go home.
And I will say, I think
something's in the water. Those women, what is the deal?
No, they're thirsty on the prairie. Very thirsty. But I will say, I also think that Hottie Hale was a bit creepy, especially the part where he's in the church and he puts both hands on the podium and he says,
on the pulpit.
On the pulpit. How good it felt to stand here before the congregation. How very good indeed. And I was like, ick factor. Something is very wrong with this man. Is no one picking up the vibes? Because there are vibes right now, you guys.
It's supposed to be innocent, but Laura is alone with this guy. Yes, he's a reverend, but she's just met him. I mean, they haven't phoned and checked it out. We don't know. Is he really the Reverend Badice? We have no idea who this guy is.
There's no background check.
We had Johnny Cash pretend to be a reverend. We don't know who this guy is.
Right.
And then he's like, let me just read you some poetry.
Yeah.
Really? I don't think that would have gone down in the 1800s. I think they would have said, this is not appropriate behavior, really, for the reverend.
And Edwards is the only one that picked up the creep vibes. So.
Of course. Well, he's listening with his ear pressed to the window. I mean, he's like, seeing but not, hearing but not seeing the words. And then, of course, then Sarah talks about what a handsome man you are. I mean, it's like, you tell him he's a handsome. I mean, talk about throwing gasoline on the fire of Mr. Edwards' doubts.
And don't I say right off the bat, are you married?
Yes. Yes.
Well, you asked it.
It was sort of, Allison, did you say in the beginning it's sort of a French farce? I mean, that's sort of where
very French bedroom farce, because then once established, no, he really is not sleeping with the women or stealing it, but Mr. Edwards thinks he is. And so then he's doing the, listen, bedroom door, oh no, and interrupting, and it's Natalie needs a nightie. It's French bedroom farce. It's oh no.
Natalie needs a nightie.
And it's hysterical, but it's like French bedroom farce time, because he thinks everyone's sleeping with everybody, and it's just
Well, I never thought about it, but I suppose Don Ballock and Michael Landon were sitting in the office going, let's put this in. This will raise some eyebrows. They probably
I think Don wrote a lot of this kind of comedy, and I think he was really good at it. And I'd like to think that Victor is so spectacular at whatever he's doing. I mean, but I feel like we hung in there with the material and
beautifully,
and went with it. And then, so it all ends up well with medium rare at the end with the cattle. I mean, vegans everywhere would be a little upset.
No, very devastating. Devastating. I will say one more creep vibe about Hottie Hale is that he certainly does the classic, let's just drop in conversation that I went to Harvard. He does that a couple times. I'm like,
too.
We could keep talking about Alden's Dilemma, but I think we should take a quick break and
We
come
are.
back
We're
and
gonna
talk
take a
about
break.
what Stan and Pam are doing now.
Which is so exciting. All right, everyone, we'll be right back. Howdy hail. Nope. That's a no.
When you visit Simi Valley, California, you're stepping into the pages of history. Go from the pioneers to the presidents. Explore beautiful wildflowers, hike through iconic Hollywood locations, and end your day aboard the actual Air Force One at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum. Throughout the summer, take the Little House 50th Anniversary Tour at Big Sky Movie Ranch. Less than 15 minutes from Los Angeles and 30 minutes from Universal Studios, Simi Valley has small-town charm with big-time history. Go to visitsimivalley.com for more information. We are so grateful to visitsimivalley.com for their commitment to presenting the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast.
Hi, we're back, everybody. We're going to talk about love letters. But
Yes.
before that, I just have
Yes.
one question. The
Yes.
beard on the cattle train coming home, real, fake?
Oh no, stipple.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, yeah.
It was good. It
If
was a good job.
if I'd touched it, it would have smeared all over my
Got
face.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
they did a very good job with that one. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was
Those
not-
were
Yeah, I mean,
great.
Stan,
Stan, was
you
yours
were all
real?
stippled up too. I mean, imagine walking, 5 days with a bag of apples to get home. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Right.
I remarked when I was watching, I went, they're eating nothing but apples for several days. They're going to be in the outhouse for the next 3 days. That is not going to go well. You're eating
What
nothing but
outhouse?
apples.
It's
You're
just
having
going
a
to be at the
cleanse.
side of the road somewhere.
They're having a cleanse. It's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
my
definite cleanse.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Alden,
After 42 years, I think it's time that John Carter puts the blame where it should be. It's
Yes.
because El Manzo lost his money.
yes.
All of that.
Yeah, no, totally. It's
Yeah.
I own all of that, Stan. It was, but it's the old lady, and we should have beaten her senseless,
Yeah,
and we didn't.
exactly. That's when.
Oh, with you.
Yes.
She just took you. He took you down Primrose Path, really, and fleeced you. Just like you, she knew what she was doing.
She sure did.
She's
She
probably
Yeah.
another character actor to work like that. She was also
She's
in
been
another
in
Little House
everything.
episode, Wave of the Future. She was in everything.
Yeah,
you look
yeah.
at her.
She-
She's in freaking everything. That lady.
Yeah, she's in everything.
Alden's Dilemma was misdirection and fish out of water, prairie water out of prairie fish out of water. Yeah. On August, Pamela, let's take us into love letters.
Okay, here we go. Today, when this episode drops, which will be August 21st, you are opening tonight together in Love Letters. And for those who don't know what Love Letters is, a very classic, famous A.R. Gurney play. Why don't you tell us what it's about, you guys?
Go ahead, Stan.
Okay, it's about two people that have known each other since they were in the second grade. And when she walked into that classroom at second grade, he fell in love with her in the second grade. And they kept in touch, and they saw each other all through school and everything all through their life, and they wrote letters. He loved to write letters. She didn't. But that's how they communicated in those days. They wrote letters back and forth. They were two different people, and they remained friends for all their lives. She was a little more flamboyant, free, artistic, all of that. She became an artist. And he was more staunch in his ways. He became an attorney, a lawyer, and then he also became a senator.
Oh, wow.
The two of them communicated, and they communicated more than they saw each other when they were adults. Good, Pam.
And the framework of it is that it is the two actors reading these letters. So we aren't up moving around. There isn't a big set. It's very simple. The magic is in the words and the delivery and interpretation of the words. And it just works over all these years of time that it spans. And you get to know the two of them very well. And it's words and experiences it's words we've said, it's experiences we've all had. It's that universal, almost Shakespearean themed thing where, oh yes, we've all been there. We've all had that heartache or that excitement. And so it's very easy to relate to. It's easy to take into your own experience. So I think that's the magic of it, is that it is sort of eternal. And his words are just beautiful to get into. The more we rehearse it, the more we find.
Yeah.
And I think that's basically kind of the outline of the whole thing without giving anything away.
So how did the two of you come into this? We know that it's being directed by our former casting director and all of our friends, Susan McCray. So how did this come about?
Well, she called me, and I know she called Pam, but she called me and she said, what do you think about doing love letters with Pam? And I had never read the play before, even though I'd worked on stage before I started on TV there, but I had never read the play. And I said, Susan, I trust you. If you think, I said, I'll say yes right now, and I'll get a copy of the play and read it. And once I read it, it was a fit. I mean, for Pam and I, we've stayed friends, like I've said, over all these years. So it wasn't anything that we had to research or try and fabricate as far as any of the relationship between us. That was already there.
It was, and I think that was the beauty of when she asked us to do it. She's the one who introduced us in the first place.
Yeah.
And she's also facilitated our being together over the years because we've gone to her home for parties and things like that. So, and Stan traveled with Susan and Kent back to Connecticut a number of times because they were on they were regents at the University of Hartford. Right. And they would travel. They had built a beautiful relationship. She had asked me to do a few things now and then. So we just were a little unit anyway, even though it sometimes would be months. And it is that way in these letters. It's sometimes months before these two characters will exchange a letter with each other. And same thing with us. Our friendship has just wandered through the years, and it's always stayed strong and steady, pick up where you left off kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was an easy first table read. It was like, wow, this is obviously great. Yeah. So, and whatever magic she saw when we were unknown people auditioning in her office, she just knew it was going to work.
Nice.
So...
Have we seen, I know I've seen at least a couple of different versions of this over the years. Pamela, how about you? Allison, you've seen this show? I mean, we've all seen this show.
Yeah.
Now, Stan, Stan maybe's never seen it.
Everyone has done it. It's incredible.
Yes. Yes.
And I hadn't seen anyone do it.
Okay.
I had not either.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Pamela, how about you?
I'd never seen it, but it's one of those shows that pops up over and over and over. And in New York, there will always at some point every few years be love letters starring blah 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 blah.
Right.
And sometimes there's a rotating cast of people that come in and out of it.
Right.
But it's always, my whole life pretty much has been a show that is always there. Always.
Yeah. Well, it's it's so interesting how they put actors together of different ages, of different experiences. The writing is so wonderful that people, if they can be present to it, it can be really good. I would imagine for the two of you, your history just makes this even sweeter, going back all these years together.
I believe so. There's just a built-in chemistry that I know the audience will feel.
Yeah.
Well, I totally agree. I mean, when Susan mentioned, with Pam, doing it with Pam, it wasn't even a question of saying no. I said, sure, no question about it.
I had a big run.
No, of course. So you're playing at the Whitefire Theatre in Sherman Oaks. How do our listeners get tickets?
And it's from August 21st to August 31st. Is that correct?
It is. It is. There is one Saturday night. The first Saturday night of that 2-weekend run is dark for us. Someone else had rented the theater. Otherwise, and on the 2 Sundays, we have matinees, one at 2:30 and then a show at 8.
Nice.
the website, which I think maybe you could project that, right? Is
Yes.
I do believe www.whitefiretheatre.com. And you just zip through the plays that are offered there and click on love letters, and it'll take you right to the ticket buying website.
I've never been in the Whitefire Theater. I mean, this is a waiver house, right? So what's the space like?
84 seats. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's a black box style with a
Nice.
raked audience. So the audience just right there at stage level and then works their way up to the back.
Perfect.
Nice.
No
So,
bad
yeah.
seats. I've seen a bunch of stuff there. Yeah, no bad seats.
Oh, and
it's
Yeah.
so
really great.
intimate.
And there's a cute little coffee place with muffins and things like right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Tiny
thing.
lobby, but yeah, there's
Yes, yeah.
definitely.
And
yeah.
it's on Ventura Boulevard. It's like street of restaurants. There's like
Yes.
87 fabulous restaurants all up and down the street.
Right.
So you can totally do dinner
Yes.
on the show. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And can I tell you a little sweet memory I have of that theater?
Yes.
Actually, there was a bad memory I had where we were going to do a show there, and it just wasn't. I was working with this incredibly great guy, and the person who was putting it on was just incredibly difficult, and both of us honestly had to tune into our hearts and walk away from it. And I've never done that before. It was early on in rehearsals, and it was just detrimental. So we walked away from it. But I had a nice memory where I shot a movie called The Creatress with Fran Drescher.
My favorite.
It was not a big one, but I play this talk show host, and I'm interviewing.
That's nice casting for you, Pamela.
Yeah, it was really perfect, and it was so much fun. And I'm interviewing 4 people on the stage, and the whole audience is extras who are the studio audience of the show. So I have that piece of footage, and it's really nice to be able to have that memory of the Whitefire Theater for that. And Peter
Nice.
Bogdanovich was Peter Bogdan. It was
What?
Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, he was the main name that I knew in the whole cast.
Wow.
So yeah, and it was great because I had an opportunity to stand backstage with him and then enter the studio together and introduce him, and then we sit down and we do the show, and he's on my right, and he's part of. He's the negative part. He's the adversary in the discussion. But
So he's not doing like a cameo. He's not Peter Bogdanovich. He's playing a character.
yeah, it's a full-on character.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and beautifully played, of course.
Fun. Well,
really.
God,
And a really,
director,
he was a very sweet guy. So that's a really super memory for me there. And now Stan and I will make a new one.
I know. That's
Yeah,
so
and the other
lovely.
thing they told us is, and this is going to be real difficult, they said, you and Pam are going to have to share a dressing room. So I'm going to wear my Little House long johns.
Yeah.
You know,
And Pam, you're going to be there with your trashy lingerie on?
She's going to be there with whatever prop that was made for them that
Oh,
went
my
in the
God. Oh, very
bedroom
good,
scenes.
Well,
still fit-
we're all going to be there tonight, and we're going to be
I'm
taking
coming.
pictures. Yeah.
And thank you for the support. Thank you so much. We're really excited to
it's
do it.
so
and,
exciting.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
Stan-
absolutely.
Stan, it's so lovely to virtually meet you, really.
Well, I think, listen, break a leg tonight. Allison and I will be there. I know, Pamela, you would love to be there because you love all things theater. But Allison and I will be there, and probably a whole host of the Little House family will be present for this
Yes.
tonight.
They will.
Yeah. So we're really, we're excited to support you in this. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us on the podcast for recapping this very special episode.
The French farce.
The French-Japanese farce
Yeah.
episode of Alden's Dilemma. And so if people want to buy tickets to Love Letters, go to the Whitefire Theatre website. You can buy tickets there. And I'll also have it linked in the show notes so people can have it, and just scroll down, guys, and you'll get the link there and you can get the tickets.
Yes.
And, that's a wrap for today. Thank you guys so much. Please join us on our socials, Little House 50 Podcast, or our website, littlehouse50podcast.com. And we will be back next time. Yay, everybody. Let's do it. Bob, go get the wig. Let's fly.
Stan's flying in his picture. He's doing it
really
mentally.
Is. He really is.